Profesor Macabro, Profesor Macabro.
Greetings and salutations. It is I, Professor Macabro, here again with another movie review. Yes, indeed. And I thought I already reviewed this. I really did, because I had already seen the movie, and then I know a while back I was hankering to watch it, and it was on YouTube, censored to shit, and with a bunch of ads. But I saw it there, and I could have sworn I did a review on it. And then it popped up on HBO Max for a while, and I rewatched it uncensored, and I thought I reviewed it. And I'm looking through my videos because I wasn't 100% sure, and I can't find the review. I don't know why. I could have sworn I did review it, but it's not there. Or maybe it is, and I put it under another title, and it's not coming up on the searches that I'm doing, or going on my videos one by one. But since I couldn't find a review of it, and I recently got it on DVD, I rewatched it again. Because it's a really good movie, and it got finally added to the collection a while back. Now I'm going to talk about Ms.45. Yes, indeed. And this is a movie directed by Abel Ferrara. And I think this was his second film after Driller Killer. I'm not sure. But I do know that it was directed after Driller Killer. But I don't know if this was the movie he did immediately after Driller Killer, or if he did something else. But a lot of people might not particularly like that genre of movies. It's the revenge flick, where a poor innocent lady is raped, and she has to build the strength to come back and seek revenge. Yes, indeed. And sometimes it's done very exploitively, and it prolongs the grape scene a bit too much. Best example is like I Spit on Your Grave. Yeah, that has a very uncomfortable one. Yes, indeed. And a lot of similar movies, like They Call Her One Eye, also is a revenge movie of the type. And even that was an edited version of Thriller, I think it was called, that I didn't know about. I only knew about They Call Her One Eye. And I've heard about Thriller. And that apparently has a whole bunch of scenes that were cut off that are more hardcore than what I knew about. But there's a lot of movies of that style. And again, some do it well, some do it very exploitively. And the Ms.45 is, it starts like a revenge flick, but then it goes into a deep psychological look at someone that's really traumatized and starts losing her mind, which is Ms.45. And I really like this movie a lot. Yes, indeed. I like the style of the movie. The subject matter at the beginning is, of course, very uncomfortable, and it might trigger some people, understandably so. Anyone that hurts women, children, or animals should have his knockers cut off and, be turned into a unit. Because those kind of people are terrible people, and they fucking suck. Yes, indeed. But after a proper due trial, of course, don't go around cutting off people's willy-nilly. After a proper trial and so on. But yes, grape is bad. Bad grapers. Bad grapers. Yes, indeed. And you might question, why are you saying grape? Well, unfortunately, YouTube is not very kind to the other word. So, I'm playing it safe and using what is consistently used by a lot of people in the community when reviewing movies of this subject matter. Yes, indeed. But what is Ms.45 about, you may ask? Well, a lot of people have already done reviews on this. And a lot of people that I much follow and admire have already done reviews on this movie. But if you've come across my channel and this video, and you want to know what Ms.45 is about, it's about this mute seamstress called Fauna. And she doesn't talk throughout the movie until the end. She does say something, but she's kind of a shy girl, and she hangs around with her fellow seamstresses. And there's, of course, this one chick that's very more outgoing and everything. But unfortunately, poor Thana gets raped by a random guy wearing a mask, played by Abel Ferrara. He has this really translucent, kind of like Alice, Sweet Alice kind of mask, but the male version is kind of transparent and has painted on. You see that a lot during Halloween season. And I've actually been trying to look one that looks kind of like the same, to have something like a prop for Ms.45. But I haven't been able to find one that looks exactly like that mask. But she gets taken advantage of by this guy in the mask, and she's all traumatized. She's like, holy shit! But she can't speak, so she can't really say anything about it. Then she goes home, and then there's this robber robbing her place, and then he sees her and is like, well, I can't rob anything here, I might as well take something else with me. And he starts taking advantage of her. But Thana's like, fuck that noise. So she grabs this apple thing and then bunks the guy in the head before finishing him off with a one of those iron things that you use to iron your clothes. Goes thunk and offs him. So now she's like, well, shit, I got this dead guy, what am I gonna do? So the logical reasoning is, of course, you take the guy to your bathtub and start chopping him up into little manageable pieces and then stuff him in your fridge. Because, yes, don't call the cops. I mean, you can't call the cops, but you can, this was actually brought up by the Cinemasochist. You can write a note. Like, hello, Mr. Police Officer. This happened, and it was self-defense. But you can understand that she was so traumatized, she didn't think that again. You put the guy on the tub and chop him into pieces. Oh yeah, chop him into pieces, and that's what she does. So she goes around dumping, trash bags of the fucker in different locations, and she's carrying the 45 gun that the robber was carrying. And then one of the guys sees this girl dump the trash bag, and he's like, oh no! This cute lady left this bag here. I'm going to be a good Samaritan and give it back to her. But he starts running after her, and so she's like oh no, someone's chasing me. So she gets into an alley. She sees this random guy coming after her. She thinks he's going to do something, and he shoots him dead in the computer. And she's like, well, shit. That's the second guy I kill. Oh, well. And now she starts developing a taste for blood. And now every man that she sees, whether good or bad, she wants to take out with her 45. There's this really cool scene, well, cool to me, where she's with these gang members, and she goes all like, all Terminator on them, and even does stylish poses, shooting these people up. And visually, this is a really cool scene. This movie is very cool. It's very grimy. It's something that really comes across these type of movies like Driller Killer, Ms.45, Bad Lieutenant. It looks like a grimy, terrible place to live in kind of version of New York. Because everything just looks sleazy. Everything was just dirty. But this movie, oh my goodness gracious, is this movie so really cool directed. That scene in one. The big Halloween shootout at the end is cool. Because it has the iconic scene of Thana wearing the nun costume, and she goes with her boss, and the boss is kind of like, want to get it on with her, and that's when she's like, okay, boss, bam! And then she goes out down, and everything in slow motion, everyone's screaming, and she goes like, bam, bam, bam! And just taking people, innocent people, some do get what they deserve, because they are really, really shitty assholes. There's this one guy that's telling like, yeah, you can go to Cuba for a couple of bucks, you can get whatever you want. Fuck her. Oh, you're gonna get what you deserve. And he got what he deserved. So, yes, indeed. But of course, she gets taken out. Spoiler alert, Thana does get taken out by the sassy friend that she had, through a knife in the back, and she's like, ah! She screams as she dies. But, oh, my goodness gracious. Really, really good movie. I really like this one. And it does, turn to a point like, yeah, you're like, get her, Thana. Get all these fuckers. And then you're like, oh, geez, Thana. Calm down. Before she completely goes insane and starts murdering innocent people willy-nilly. So, it is a very interesting look into the mind of a person that has PTSD and is losing her mind. Because there is a moment there where you can tell she completely loses her mind and goes full on. She goes from a revenge vigilante to just a murderous person that has lost all semblance of humanity. So very, very cool movie. Very interesting look into that. Definitely one of my favorite of these type of movies because it does start like one thing and then goes totally off the rails. And it has some really cool shots. Again, the shot with Thana in the costume during the Halloween shootout party is really cool. Everything's slow motion. Everything's like, poo, poo, poo. Love that. And of course, that scene where she's taking out the gang people because she's like doing trick shots and styling and profiling. So really like that. So I would highly recommend you check out Ms.45. It used to be, like I said, on YouTube. I don't know if it's still there, but that has very heavy edits, and you have to go through a lot of commercials and unskippable ads to watch it. Used to be an HBO Max, but they took it out. So, and I know Arrow released a really cool box set with a bunch of special features and a whole bunch of, it's an Arrow release. It's one of the thick boxes. Has a whole bunch of cool stuff. So if you can afford that boutique box set, I would recommend you get that one. But this is the one that I came across, and I'm happy to get it. And expect a DVD dissection of this immediately after this video. Yes, indeed. Have you seen Ms.45? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let us know in the comments down below. But until I see you all again next time, this has been Professor Macabro thanking you and wishing you all, like always, a good evening.